Hi, it's Lana with Fast Fit Foods, and today I'd like to show you a quick makeup tutorial. We'll be doing a smoky eye and a little bit of cover-up foundation for those problem areas on our face. So first I like to begin with the eye. That way the eye is done. If any shadow gets unblended, we can fix that with the foundation. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start with the darkest of the smoky eye colors, which is almost a black. It also has a little bit of glittery fleck to it. You can use the glittery or just have the plain black. I like the glittery. I like that extra bling and that extra shimmer. So we're going to use a makeup brush. It's not too small, it's not too wide, it's just an in-between size. And what we're going to do is we're going to swirl it around into the dark, just until we have enough on the brush. We can always add more. You can't take it away. And then what I like to use, a lot of times to get that nice beautiful line, I get a piece of paper towel or a tissue. You can even use a piece of paper and lay it at a 45-degree angle from the outer corner of the eye up to the edge of the eyebrow. And begin by placing the shadow up the paper and dragging it in towards the center of the eyelid. Okay, and we'll need more, so we'll go ahead and add more to the brush. You can drag it this way too, but sometimes it makes the line on the edge a little more smudged. Okay. And see how you get that beautiful line now? That's what we want to see. Now before we apply any further eyeshadow, we're going to do our darkest eyeliner. So I like to use a black. Any brand will do, just something as long as you can smudge. And we like to just apply from the inner corner of the eye to the outer. Never tug on your face this way. It's just, you're stretching your skin, which we want to prevent future wrinkles. So we try to just up here lightly if you had to. If you can do it without anything, that's great. Apply a little in here. Okay. And now we'll take our smudger brush. And with our smudger brush, you're just going to blend that line and soften it lightly. You can do the same thing on the bottom if you like. Just blend the line subtly. Again. Great. Now we have a little bit more to work with. So we'll go back to our eyeshadow. And the next thing we're going to use is the medium charcoal color. This also has a little shimmer to it, and you can see it's a shade or two lighter than the much darker that we've used. So now we're going to go with that. And again, we're just going to start in the middle of our eyelid and sweep towards the front. And just bringing up to about the brow bone area. Okay. And we'll wipe our brush clean. And next, we will go with the lightest, the white. And we'll just highlight the top of the eye and down into the corner here and the beginning of the lower eyelid. And see how beautiful of an eye that is already. Now, towards the end, we can add a little more eyeliner if you desire. Sometimes, now I go from the pencil to the liquid. If you have liquid eyeliner, that really gives you a nice defined line. So you would apply that. What I like to do is take it and swirl it to get the excess off in the rim of the lid. And just lightly go from the corner all the way to the end. And then I like to accentuate that line more, so I'll just make a little tail at the end and do that. And now we need a little bit of mascara to complete that look. And what a difference already from one eye to the next. Amazing, isn't it? How you can go from plain to dramatic in such a short amount of time. You do not need expensive products. You don't need expensive makeup brushes. You can get this look with a lot of different types of makeup lines. It's just the way you apply it and the tools that you do use. So I like to apply the mascara a little to the outer lash first, the edges, and then we go back in and apply from the whole thing. And when I apply the mascara, I don't use false eyelashes. I just like my natural. But the more I apply it and a little bit tackier it gets, the thicker the lash starts to look. And I also drag the mascara up and over, making those lashes stand up as tall as we can. And it really does make a difference. And then, I'm a person, like I'm sure a lot of you are, that sometimes gets dark circles under their eyes. So we don't like to accentuate too much under here with a lot of dark color, because the more we do, sometimes it brings that dark circle out even more. So I do want to notice my lashes, so just on the outer corner, away from where the dark circle would mostly begin, I apply a little bit. Just to accentuate lightly, but not overdo it. I'm also going to darken in my eyebrow with a pencil. So you just lightly feather and follow the natural line of your eyebrow with that pencil. And feathering, I mean short little strokes, very light strokes, so it blends. If we took it and drew a solid line, it'd be very noticeable. It would not be very good. So underneath a little bit too. Just very lightly. We want it to look natural. We don't want it to look like too much of an artificial line. Next, we need to do a little concealer. As you can see, I have a little blemish here right now. So I will take my concealer brush. If you don't have one, it's okay to use a Q-tip. You can use your finger even, but just make sure your hands are very clean as not to drag any other further bacteria into the skin. And always clean your applicator brushes after you're through. Never share them with anyone else. We do not like to transfer bacteria and other germs. So I have a little bit of mineral powder concealer. If you don't, that's okay. You can use a cream concealer, a liquid concealer. Usually lighter than what your skin tone is helps. For that way when you apply the foundation it all blends. So I'll tap that a little into that makeup and just lightly go over it. All the little trouble areas you may have. If you have dark circles, you can go underneath lightly with where your dark circles are. And right underneath. And see, this is what I meant by cleaning up the edges where you've applied that eyeshadow. Now we can clean it up lightly and bring it out further and accentuate. I love doing makeup. Even when I was a little girl, I used to pretend to do my, have a salon and do my friends' makeup all the time. And I actually went into the business after when I was of age. And it's great. You meet a lot of people, a lot of good people. It's a very fun job. Now after I've done that, I'm going to take my applicator brush for my foundation. And I also use a mineral foundation. It's more like a powdery substance. It's okay if you have a liquid foundation. You use what works for you. Everyone is different. They need different coverage. So you use exactly what works for you. So we will apply a little of this mineral powder in swirling motions underneath the eye and the outer cheek. And I only apply one side of my face because I really want you to see the difference of what happens with just a short amount of time. You can leave the house and look like a movie star. Okay, and then after that, I have a bronzing blush powder. And again, you use what works for you, the colors that work for you. If this eyeshadow is true dramatic for you, there are other ways, other eyeshadows you can use, maybe lighter colors, but you can still get the same look just with the lighter color. Same technique though. So have fun with it. That's what makeup's about. It's about having fun. It's your own artistic ability. And if you asked, even like an artist when they paint a picture, if you ask 3 different artists to paint the same picture, they're going to have a different way to do that. And none of them are right or wrong. They're just an individual expression. And so is makeup. And that tells a lot about our personalities. So our face speaks to people before we can actually. And then I just lightly apply to the apple and the outer edge of my cheeks. Some people like their cheekbones really defined. If you do, you would do this and just follow that line. And I get very pale a lot of times. I'm not a tanner really. So I just like to take that powder and just apply it around here and there the rest of my face, just so I have a little more life and a little more definition. And then for the lips, and you can see that blend it pretty well. For the lips, I like to actually use, because my eyebrows are lighter and I use a lighter brown eyebrow pencil, I'll just lightly go in because I will be using a brown, almost like a brown lipstick. Not quite, but I'll apply to the lips. Okay, and we'll be taking it's a little bit of like a shimmery color. Again, use the colors that work for your skin tone. Some people are cool tones, some are warm. Some like their makeup a little darker than others. Some like it a little more natural and neutral. So you use what works for you, but the application techniques can be used for different colors. You make it your own. But this one is for the smoky eye. So I apply. And there we go. That is my look. There is the makeup side. And there was the plain. So amazing to go from such a light look to a dramatic look in a short amount of time. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you, and I hope to join you on the next ones. Thank you very much.